Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Huddle for Friday, January 21st of 2021. My name is Danilo Vargas. I serve in the mayor's office of Mayor Daniela Levine Cava as her small business innovation manager. And today, I'm really excited about our featured guest. His name is Mr. Leroy Jones. And he needs no introduction, but I have an introduction here to read. Mr. Leroy Jones is the director of the nonprofit Neighbors and Neighbors Association, or NANA, which he founded in 1995 to establish a cooperative working relationship among small grocery stores. Mr. Jones and NANA also created and managed the Miami-Dade County Mom and Pop Small Business Grant Program. And he's also the director of Tools for Change, an important CDFI or community development financial institution. And this is just the tip of the iceberg when it comes to all the organizations, projects, and initiatives that Mr. Jones has led or continues to lead in order to make our community a better, safer, healthier place to live for everyone. Please help me welcome Mr. Leroy Jones to the Morning Huddle. Mr. Jones.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, Danielo. How you doing, sir? Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for inviting me on this morning.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you so much, Mr. Leroy. And really, I'm a big fan of all the work you're doing to help our community be a better place. And please keep it up. But today, the topic is small business mom and pop grants. And the reason, as I said in my emails to everybody on the call and in my texts and all that good stuff, a lot of funding has dried up, like especially from the SBA. There's no more PPP, there's no EIDL, and it comes at a time when we're facing Omicron. The pandemic is not going away like we thought it would. It's sticking around, and we need that funding. And it's so great that the Mom and Pop Grant Program is kicking off at a time when it's direly needed. How do you see it, Mr. Leroy?
So first, I want to remind everybody to please remember that, Corona is still around, and that please continue to wear your mask. Please continue to wash your hands as much as possible. So don't put your guards down, okay, because it's still real, it's still around. Okay, so and I've been finding it practically now for me. I speak to start off by saying, hey, look, it's enough room for everybody, right? It's enough room for everybody to grow. It's enough room for everybody to be productive. It's enough room for everybody to be financially stable. Wherever you feel you want to be positive in your life, it's enough room here for everybody to do that. So I often find myself saying, look, I ain't in competition with nobody. I ain't trying to make nobody look bad. I ain't trying to compete against nobody. You won't never find me putting down nobody, talking negative stuff. Like, I don't want no problems from nobody. I just wanna serve the community. That's all I want, right? That's all I want. I just want to be a servant. I just want to serve the people. That's all. So in my years of a community organizing, and in fact, I created the Neighbors and Neighbors Association program, the brainchild of it. Out of that brainchild, and in 1998 came the request to create a small mom and pop program that would serve small businesses. And luckily, I was the person who, got that opportunity. And I'm saying opportunity because, everything is opportunity, right? Some door had to open. Somebody had to believe in you. Somebody had the confidence that you can do something. And so nobody can be successful alone, right? So although I've been the brainchild, this program is everybody program. It has everybody feedback, everybody comments, everybody thank yous and this happened next, or can you do that? So all that over years been taken in consideration. And in fact, when this program was first created, believe it or not, it was a one-page application. It was very simple. It was so simple that people wouldn't apply for it because they thought it was like the government is gonna give you some grant money with one-page application and they ain't asking for your tax returns and they ain't asking for this and that. No, it can't be real. But when the first people got the money, like it became a household name, right? So here we are now from the first grants was ever given out in 99, but the program was designed in 98. So first business guidance funding in 99. And now we're in 2020, right? And the program has survived it all. So it survived the housing market crash. It survived the changing of the guards. That means political people. That means government. That means the president. It survived it all. It survived COVID. So this program has managed to every year to survive. It's not where it used to be as it relates to how much funding can be available, because at one time you can apply for up to $25,000, $50,000 at one time too. So it has survived its growth and the economy and how people feel, what people going through, because everything go through something, right?
25 years of mom and pop grants,
yeah.
Mr. Leroy.
So here we are now, at this state where, like Mr. Daniello say, everything is drying up. All the funding that was available for small businesses, like it was everywhere, now it's done. Meat is end of the rope, or closing out or closed. And now here comes the mom and pop grant program bursting out again through the storm, right? So a little bit about this program. This program is offered in all 13 county commission districts. It's not a one-shoe-fit-all program. It's actually each district in the county, which is the county commission district. It's 13 districts throughout the whole county. Each district has the right to come up with its own guidelines to fit whatever it wants to fit, the businesses that they want to make sure they would be able to apply. In most cases, it's opened up for businesses, the small mom and pop businesses in all 13 districts, but it changes. It can change every year. So I can't tell you what is needed in one district because it might not be needed the same thing in the other district. So the best advice I can give you is to go on the county commissioner's website, your county commissioner, Miami-Dade.gov. All right. You want to go to your county commissioner. If you don't know what your county commissioner, who's your county commissioner, you can call 311, ask the operator, tell the operator you want to know who your county commissioner is. Okay. And you got to give them your business address. Okay. And make sure you say county commissioner, because you may be in a city. Okay. And have a city commissioner. So you want to say your Miami-Dade County Commissioner and give them your business address. Then once you find out who's your county commissioner is, based on where your business address is, you can go on Miami-Dade.gov. You can go to that commissioner's website and see if the application is available. So we have this sheet that we do that keep us abreast and in line of what districts are available and when they'll come available. But so that you know, although we are the originators of the program, each commissioner has the right to select any organization that they want to administer their program, or they can administer it out of their office if they like to themselves, okay? So we don't have to be the organization that's overseeing it for that commission district. It can be that commissioner district's office that does it, or they can select another organization in their area or who they want to work. Okay. So it left out of our hands and us overseeing the whole thing. And we're okay with that because we want the district and the commissioner to be comfortable with whoever they want to do it with. And so, you know, it don't matter who do it. Everybody know Nana is the originator of it. So in some way we still get some kudos, right? Right. So it's a big process. It's a lot of people apply. It average maybe about 400 to 500 people selected per year, somewhere around those numbers. And so the process has changed over the course of the year. So every year, something been added or something been taken off, right? And so although it's still relatively simple, we had to incorporate some other things into it to not only safeguard the program, but to also safeguard the commissioner's office and our agency as well, okay? And so it's a few pages, but most of the things is just questions that they're asking you that you can answer on your own, right? And so beware, because you might be approached by some people that want to charge you to do that simple application, and we cannot stop anybody from charging you from doing it. So that's your right. You want to pay someone to do it, that's your right. But I want you to understand that whoever do it, the questions that they're going to need to fill out anyway, they're going to have to ask you anyway. So if you get them to do it because you think you can't read good enough, write good enough, you get somebody in your family to do it. Get one of your employees to do it. But I can tell you that, you know, it makes no sense paying somebody $400, $500, $600 to do this application. I promise you. And like 15 minutes, okay? So right
Leroy,
now,
let me ask you, can I ask
go
you a
ahead.
quick question? The amounts change per district as well, right?
Yeah. So the guidelines are different, can be different. The time period in which they come out when they're available is different. The how much time you have to do the application, different. Okay. When you turn them in at is different. It usually be at the commissioner's district office. In the districts that we do, most of them is in our district office. In our office where you can drop them off, one of our offices, and it will tell you in the application where you can pick it up and where you can drop it off at. But you can go, you're going to be able to go online to get it, okay, on the commissioner's website, okay? And also, like what Danny said, the amount can vary. So like I've seen some districts offer the maximum amount 2,500, some offer 5,000, some offer 7,500, some offer 10,000. But the average is around 5,000 where they offer the maximum amount that you can apply for. That don't mean that that's how much you're going to get. That's just how much the max you can apply, right? So I've seen, so that happen every year. And just because one district might offer the max 10,000 and another one offer 2,500, don't mean that district got more money than the one that's offering 2,500. They all are approved one lump sum, and it is equally divided in all 13 county districts. It's just that some want to make their maximum amount more, okay, and some less, because some figure if they make the maximum amount less, they can help more people, and some figure that if they make maximum amount more, then they can make an impact helping small businesses. So just because some district max is different from the others, do not mean that one got more money than the other, okay? So right now, the only district that is available right now is District 2, Commissioner John Monestein, which is in the North Dade area. Areas like Little Haiti, unincorporated Dade, Little River, North Miami, I think little parts of North Miami Beach. So that's some of his areas that he covers. But you can go on his website, the county website, His application is available right now. And his information meeting is January 28th, where people in his district or who want to apply in District 2 can go in the Zoom and ask me any questions or my staff any questions about the program. Okay. So
Leroy, can I ask you a question about those meetings? Are those mandatory or are they optional?
So it all depends. So when you get the application, it'll tell you if they're mandatory or not, because some districts, the meeting will be mandatory. I mean, if you don't get on the Zoom meeting, then you'll be disqualified. Some districts is not mandatory. It's if you want to get on them. Okay. So each application has some differences in it. So I would say that make sure that you're applying in the right district, and make sure you find out that what district you're in and that you're applying in the right district. Okay.
Fantastic. What other things should folks, and I'm going to go ahead and open it up. I mean, we can continue, Mr. Leroy, but I'm going to, in case anybody has a question, just please raise your hand and I'll pass you the mic. But Mr. Leroy, please.
Before you go there, Danny, so District 2, Commissioner John Monestein district is available. On Monday, District 6, Rebecca Sosa, Commissioner Rebecca Sosa, and District 12, Chairman Jose Pepe Diaz. Applications will be available on Monday. Now, on the first week of February, District 1, Vice Chairman Oliver Gilbert district will be available, and District 8 and 9 will be available on February the 7th. District 8, Danielle Cohen Higgins, which is a South District, and District 9, Commissioner Keone L. McGee, will be available on February 7th. Okay.
Fantastic.
Give me 1 sec. Give me 1 second. Let me turn the air on. I'm sweating here. Give me 1 second.
Go for it. Go for it. So let me just recap that, guys. District 6 and District 12, that's Commissioner Sosa and Commissioner Diaz on Monday. First week of February, District 1, that's Commissioner Gilbert or Vice Chair Gilbert. And D8, which is District 8 and District 9, that's Commissioner Cohen Higgins and Commissioner McGee on February 7th. Okay, because the timelines are very tight. So you have to know when that's coming up for your district. Yeah. And if you need to know what district you're in, remember it's the county, not the municipality. And you can dial 311 and they will give you that information. So I just recapped it, Mr. Leroy. So, and if you have any questions, please raise your hand and I'll pass you the mic.
All right. What did you say, Danny?
Mr. Leroy, I was just recapping the dates that you threw out.
Okay, so can I do it again and make sure it's correct? Because I didn't hear you. So
okay, yeah, please.
Right now, District 2 is available. And the applications are available up until the 31st of this month. Okay, so after the 31st, you won't be able to get it online or neither one of his office or my office, okay? And the Zoom meeting is on January 28th at 10 o'clock. So then you have, on Monday, you have District 6, Commissioner Rebecca Sosa, and Chairman Jose Pepe Diaz that's available this Monday. And on February the 1st, you have District 1, which is Vice Chairman Oliver Gilbert district is available. And in District 8, Commissioner Cohen Higgins, District 8 and District 9, Commissioner Keone L. McGee will be available on February the 7th, their applications, okay? So all of them will have some Zoom meeting that you can go online to ask any questions from me and my staff as it relates to the applications. And remember, the most important thing is to apply in the right district, because if you apply in the wrong district, they do not take the application and send it to the right district. If you apply in the wrong district, it'll automatically disqualify. And most of them is going to have a time period in which you can drop the application off. For example, in District 2, you can drop the applications off from February the 1st to February the 7th. If you drop it off before then, you could be disqualified. Of course, if you drop it off after then, you're going to be disqualified. But look at the time frame in which you can drop the application off, because if you not, in most of the cases, you're not going to be able to drop it off anytime you want to drop it off. Okay.
Well, that's a great tip. We have to follow the instructions carefully on that application packet, right, Mr. Leroy? We're going to go to Miss Gasleen, who has her hand raised. Miss Gasleen?
I just want to say that I noticed on the site District 4 was also open. It shows 2 and 4. So anybody on here, District 4? I'm not sure, Mr. Leroy, just letting you know what the site says.
Okay, so
Mr. Leroy, yeah, it says applications are available now. Completed applications will be accepted from January 31st through the 18th of February.
Okay, so I didn't know about District 4. I don't do District 4. District 4 is Commissioner Sally Heyman, and in the Aventura area, North Miami Beach area. But I told everybody earlier today, check your commissioner district and go on their website, because some of the districts we don't do. Okay, so check your district, commissioner district website, and if it's not showing that it's available, then I would suggest that you check it every other day. You know, because the period for the application to be available is a short period in most cases. Okay.
Perfect. And actually, there's a page, Mr. Leroy, that summarizes all the districts, which I'm sharing in the chat box for it's miami-dade.gov. And that's also convenient. But I would recommend, just like Mr. Leroy is saying, check that your commissioner's page first, and then use the second page as a convenient double check, because there could be a discrepancy. I don't want you guys, it's so important that you get the right information and that you follow the instructions precisely, that you want to double check it. Okay, so go to your commissioner's page and the page that I'm sharing in the chat box, which is an official miami-dade.gov page. And if there's an error anywhere there, Mr. Leroy, you can always let me know, and I will talk to the team that puts that together, and we can address it. Okay.
Okay. And just because we don't directly administer it for the district, don't mean that we're not working together, because we do. You know, every time if there's some kind of question and you answer or something that someone not aware of, then my office is contacted, or either another district that we're not administering for. So if they still need our help, we still help them. Okay? It's our baby, right?
Fantastic, Mr. Leroy. Thank you. And one of the great things about the huddle, guys, is that this is your call. So you have the mic. Who wants to ask a question or make a comment for Mr. Leroy? Please raise your hand. I'll pass you the mic. Gloria, please, you're up next.
Good morning, everyone. Happy New Year for those that I haven't seen on 2022. So glad to be here. So proud to know many people that is already joining us, and especially Mr. Leroy. Mr. Leroy is an inspiration. Mr. Leroy is an example. Mr. Leroy is, I think that when we go through hard things in our life, is the best lessons that we can have, because with those hard lessons, we can realize how much we can do, and especially for others. And that has been my flag, that has been my slogan, because as a small business owner, I know that here we have Miami-Dade Public Schools, Junior, and many other institutions that help small business to grow. You were mentioning Miami-Dade Chambers of Commerce, and I am the vice chair of the advocacy committee. We do many events and initiatives in order to make sure the mayor office listen to the needs, and we are now getting a lot of services. We have improved many opportunities for Black business owners and also for women-owned businesses. So thank you for everything that you guys do. I am one of the beneficiaries of the change tools and for change. I got the 25,000 grant. That was part of the element that helped me to survive during 2019. When you guys, and I just want to emphasize the importance to have the finance organized as an entrepreneur. Payroll, everything that has to be with the taxes, all the financial statements, we must to work on that, and we must to invest in people who knows and platforms that keep us organized. That's the secret, and that's the key in order to come and apply and get those benefits. Thank you for everything that you guys do. Thank you for the initiative 205 Many great programs and things have come out from there. And Miami-Dade Chambers of Commerce is always open to assist startups, is always open to go and advocate. Now we are going on February 1st to Tallahassee in order to start new initiative on how we can Black business owner get more procurement opportunities. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And anything here, Fonsis LLC, I'm the owner. I have already some contract with Miami-Dade County and other municipalities. I offer employment to victims and survivors of domestic violence and human trafficking. And that's exactly what we need to do. Everything that we receive, we need to share it with those less fortunate than us. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gloria. That's a great testimony. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you're always welcome in the Morning Huddle, please, and help us spread the word about the resource for everybody. Mr. Leroy, did you want to comment?
So I just want to say that, you know, the Miami-Dade Chamber of Commerce, right? You mentioned them, right? Right.
Yes.
So we have a good working relationship with them. And so I would caution everybody that, you know, you can apply for money, you can apply for grants, you can apply for loans, but I'm gonna tell you, the bigger impact you're gonna make on your business is the more you know about your business. Because you can get that money, you know, and your customer service ain't good, it ain't gonna last. You can get that money and you spend it on the wrong things, like you go, just because you got a grocery store, you wanna stock it up, but you buy stuff in there that people don't buy, then it become wasted on the shelf. The lifeline of it comes and then it ain't worth nothing to you. All that money just going down the drain. So one thing COVID did was with the Zoom, and I'm not a big supporter of Zoom, to be honest with you. Like I like those personal meetings. I like those sit down, Danny, you know what I'm talking about. I like those sit down meetings with people face to face, right? And so, but Zoom is here. So this is the vehicle that we got. It's the safest way. So let's get the best out of it. So that's how business are. When you think something is dying out, something new come in, you know, and rejuvenate things. And that's what Zoom did. So Zoom made a way where we can stay at our house or stay at our business, you know, save the gas money, save the time, rushing out the house, you know, all those things that you would have to do to go meet with somebody in person has now been eliminated by the Zoom thing, right? Convenient, right? But it's not better than the face-to-face to me. Sitting down, looking people in the eye, you know, kicking it with them. You know what I mean when I say kicking it with them, you know, having a good time, right? And so that's how business is, right? If things change rapidly, daily, and if you can't keep up with the demand and the change, then no matter how much money you get, you're gonna find yourself throwing money out, the good money out, the bad money, you know, because you haven't learned that the most important thing about running a business is knowing how to run a business, and particularly the business that you chose to run. And so I close with this part as it relates to that, is that when the day is over and you can't wait to go to sleep tonight, to get up to do that business, and the next morning, if you can't wait to get up to do it, then you're in the wrong business, right? So you got to find something that you can't wait to go to sleep, to get up to do the next day. When you found that thing, where nothing have to drag you out the bed, when you up an hour or two earlier than what you need to be because you're excited about doing what you do, when you get to that point, then you're in the right place. All you need to do is just do your homework. Go on as many meetings as you can. When you got some free time, look where a Zoom meeting is at. Look where a personal meeting is at, and spend that time there. because something there you're going to get out of that. No matter who doing it, it could be something that you shouldn't do that you get out of it, right? Which will still help you. So either way, something in that meeting, Zoom or in person, you're going to get something out of it. They're going to help you or stop you from not doing, or put some up so you can see that that's not the way. Okay. So now is the time, because of Zoom, to soak in all that business knowledge that you can with all these professional people that's doing it for free. Look what Danny giving. Look what Danny doing for you in the mayor's office, doing for you for free. Right. So
Thank you for that shout out, Mr. Leroy, to the Morning Huddle. This is one of those meetings that hopefully you guys don't want to miss, right? Because there's a lot of goodies here. I know that Miss Wendy from Revival Private Investigations has a comment. Wendy?
Yes. Hi, good morning, everyone. Like Danilo said, my name is Wendy Muguercia, and I'm the Vice President of Revival Private Investigation. And I just want to shout out to Mr. Leroy and Danilo and Ms. Cava, Mr. Josh, to Joshua. Everyone there, it's so passionate to do what they want, they need to do to help others. They're not there just for their own benefits. I can testify, we've been in the incubator for 5 years, which we started with Danilo Vargas when they opened that institution through Mr. Leroy. And we learned so much. We have learned so much. We have put in practice everything that we have learned. So I would encourage you guys to apply, to follow whatever steps that they're giving you, whatever tools they're giving us, apply it to your business. They work, and there's such a good people and angels in earth. Thank you, Mr. Leroy. We love you, and God bless you. God bless you, Danilo, and God bless you, Josh.
thank you for those kind words. Thank you for those kind words. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and good to see you.
Nice to see you too. I'm glad
Always
to see you.
the best for you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you.
Gold Team Revival, Wendy.
Thank you, Danny. Thank you. Love you guys.
Welcome. You're welcome. I also see Ms. Gasleen has her hand raised. Ms. Gasleen?
Yes, to piggyback off of what Mr. Leroy was saying about the Zoom, for me, all I knew about business was just making sure your paperwork and documents are to par. And like he said, yes, you have to love what you do. Otherwise, why are you going to work? I love what I do. But for me, it was this platform during the pandemic. This is when my business got rebirthed, because like I said, all I knew was to make sure my taxes were paid up, licenses was caught up, and everything of that nature. But as far as your finances and everything of that nature, there's more to running a business than just coming to work and making the money. So for me, I appreciate Mr. Leroy, because my sister and I, we were able to get funded twice by you guys for the mom and pop. Again, Mr. Danilo, thank you for this platform, because the different people, like Wendy said, you know, helped with your business, things that you have lack of knowledge for. These people on these platforms come and educate us every week. Or if you know, go to their programs, they give you more insights on how to operate and continue running your business. Mr. Anderson and Mr. Ramillo, Joshua from MBF, all you guys, Ray, every first Friday at Oasis, they also have different people that come and help you to better your business. So use this platform the best to your ability, because this stuff really helped my business the most. Also the chamber, they're very good as well, very resourceful. So y'all continue to come on here and continue to grow your business, because for me, the pandemic, a lot of people were saying it was their downfall. For me, this is where I was rebirthed. This is where I grew. I went from baby to walking. So I appreciate you guys.
Thank you, Ms. Gasleen. And go lavish touches, right? Wishing you the best for sure, you and your sister. The other thing I have some more questions from Mr. Leroy regarding the mom and pop grant program. But one of the cool things about this Zoom call is that it's yours, it's not mine. So if anybody has a comment or a question, please raise your hand. I will pass you the mic. And I always encourage that, because this is for all of us, right? So raise your hand and I'll pass you the mic. Mr. Leroy, I wanted to ask you, so we know that the that you have to be very careful. You have to follow the instructions. The instructions vary from district to district, and you don't want to submit things too early. You don't want to submit things late, obviously. What are some of the other tips that you can give folks, maybe from mistakes that you've seen other folks make that could be disqualifying them, and they don't mean to be disqualified, but because they didn't follow directions? What are some of the things, advice that you can give the folks on the call today about how to avoid those mistakes?
So I would say that they read into it too much. That they think it's so easy that they think it's trick questions. So they think the questions are tricky because it's so simple, right? And so they'll read it and say, this can't be this easy. And they'll second guess themselves, and they'll hold the application and keep changing and keep changing and keep changing it. But it is what it is, right? So don't read into something that's not there. What you read, that's what it is. It's that simple. And they leave things blank. They don't fill out certain things, right? And then I've seen people, believe it or not, put their original driver's license and original local business tax in the application. Like, the only thing should be original is the pages that you're filling out. Everything else is a copy. Put your original business stuff, business license, and your original driver's license in the tape on a page. I know it sounds crazy, but I've seen that. So I would say, take your time, right? Go over it first before you start filling it out. That's one thing people make a big mistake in. When they get some paperwork, they'll get it, and the first thing is say your name. They'll start writing. And study them going and reading everything and going through every page first, right? I suggest that you go through everything before you write anything. Then go back. You know, don't get it and say, okay, first thing it asks me for my name. Then it asks me for my business name. You ain't read nothing else. You just going line from line. Take it, go through everything first before you write anything, okay? So you know you're gonna need a local business tax receipt. That used to be called occupational license for the county. They changed it maybe about 12 years ago, not a little longer. Local business tax receipt. Get that from the tax collector's department, Miami-Dade County. If you're in a city, you're gonna need the city one, okay? If you like saying you're in Miami Gardens, you're in Opa-locka, okay, you're in Homestead, you're in Florida City, those are municipalities. They call them municipalities, Pinecrest. You know, Miami Springs, West Miami, City of Miami, they call those municipalities. They are cities within the county. So if you're in a city, that means you have to be in the county too. Everybody is in the county, but you can also be in the city and the county. So if you're in a city and a county, which is called a municipality, you're gonna need that city one as well as the county. If you incorporate, your corporation need to be active. Can't fund you if your corporation is not active. If it's inactive, it needs to be active. Now, let me tell you a downfall I see a lot of people do. Your corporation fee is due May the 1st every year. After May the 1st is considered late. They'll hit you with a $400 and some late penalty, which they now do not waive anymore, on top of what you regularly would have had to pay. Some people, instead of paying that, they'll change a letter or flip something in the corporation to start to pay the regular $100 and some odd to keep from paying the for something plus what you would normally cost. They'll do that, but what they don't understand is just because you took that letter out or changed that letter, now you created a new company. It's not the same company, so it don't have the years that the old company had. So now the best thing to do, if you want to keep those years, then you pay the money. It's your fault. You was late. You pay it. But if you change something or alter something, then you start a new company. People don't understand that. Although it's your name, we know it's you, it's a new company because it's not the same wording anymore. Okay? And it don't have the history of the same company. So make sure you pay your corporation fee May the 1st. Anything after May the 1st, you're gonna be hit with a penalty. Okay, to keep from changing something and to keep from paying the extra money, don't change nothing. Pay the extra money or pay it on time, and you don't have to worry about it. Okay. If your EIN number is not shown on your SunBiz, then we'll need your 147C letter from the IRS showing your tax identification number. Okay. So when you go on SunBiz, if it don't show your EIN number, then find your 147C letter from the IRS, and you'll have to include that form in your application, or just put your corporation, your tax ID number on your SunBiz, and you won't have to worry about it. But we need that, and a DUNS number. Now, if you get any government money, you have to have a DUNS number. So even if you apply now, most cases they ask for a DUNS number, a Dun and Bradstreet number. Okay. So and a lot of people, believe it or not, they leave out a picture. We ask for a picture of the business or the outside of the business. You know, they'll leave it out because they put the address on the application. We be saying, look, we asked you for the picture in the application. Like, take a picture with your phone, send it to your email, print it out. It don't have to be colored, it can be black and white. Oh, and all your information have to match. So your SunBiz address cannot be different from your LBT address. All the addresses have to match where the business is, okay? So your LBT, your SunBiz, you know, all the things that you're submitting, your state license certification, because now it all depends on what type of business you got. You have to submit that state certification to show that it's active. Like if you got a daycare, if you're dealing with food, that got to be active with the state. All those addresses have to match. Okay, if they don't match, then you're not going to be considered. Possibility you won't be considered. And don't get the application in late. If it say by 4 o'clock this day, have your body in that office by 4 o'clock. Because they're not going to take it late. Okay? They ain't going to hear about you got stuck in traffic. You know, you had to go pick somebody up from the hospital. You know, drop it off a day or two early, then you don't have to worry about that. But when you wait to the last minute, anything can happen. Your car might don't crank, might get a flat tire. You know, although you can prove that, that is not going to get you in the door.
Thank you, Mr. Leroy. I'm going to go to, we have a few minutes left, and we have 3 folks with their hands raised. I want to go to them. We'll have to make it quick. I want to remind everybody, there's a lot of stuff covered today, and in every morning huddle, we cover great things. This gets put and recorded, right? And it gets put on the YouTube channel for Miami-Dade County. And there's a playlist called the Morning Huddle. So you can find the replay of this conversation in YouTube. So if you missed something or you can fast forward to that section and you can get the information again. So I'm going to go to Mr. Jeremy first.
All right. My question is, me and my wife are business owners, but our business is within the same address. Can we both submit, or would that be a mistake and only one of us should submit?
Yeah, so it all depends, but years past, all the districts that we're responsible for, you only one business per family per household can apply. So even if you and your wife got 2 different businesses, y'all have to decide which one is going to apply, because they're not going to fund both of them. That'd be like y'all getting 2 bites of the apple. It's going to be so many people applying. So they're only going to let one. So if you and somebody else share the same corporation on 2 different companies, then y'all need to just decide which one going to apply. They're not going to fund both. Okay.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Ms. Hardebra is next.
Good morning, Mr. Leroy. In the past, there's been a time frame for having to spend all of the money that's awarded. Is that still one of the requirements?
It's been a time frame to what now?
As far as spending the money that you've been awarded.
Oh yeah, it's always a time frame. know, so any money you get, they got a time frame. They don't have it open where you can just 20 to 20 years how you want it. So it is a time frame. It's a time frame when you can get the application, when you can turn it in. And if you're awarded, if you're selected, they give you a time frame of when you have to submit the documentation after you receive the funding. So one good thing, one thing that's changed about the program, years in the past, you had to submit all the invoices and all the documents and all that stuff. And the checks was made out to the vendors. Now the checks is made out to your company. And then you have to submit the documentation to show what the funding was used for. And you have to use the funding for the things that we list in the applications that it can be used. No other business, no personal stuff at your house, none of that stuff, just those things that it says in the guidelines that you can use. And some of the things are like inventory, supplies, marketing, advertisement, work vehicle, cargo truck or pickup van, renovations, things like that. So yeah, you can actually, in most cases, you can use this money if you own a grocery store to buy groceries to sell, not grocery to buy to put in your house, but to sell to make the money and the markup that you spent on the grocery to sell in your establishment. But no alcohol, no tobacco, you can't buy cigarettes, you can't buy medicine, you can't buy alcohol, things like that. But each application has its guidelines and has other things that you can use funding for it and cannot use. And it will, you would have a time period in which you spend the funding.
Thank you, Ms. Deborah, for that question. And the last question goes to Ms. Yasnay Montalvo, our resident finance and accounting genius here in the Morning Huddle. Yasnay.
Thank you, Danilo. And really quickly, I was wondering if business owners can use the grant money to pay towards services that are going to help them improve their bookkeeping systems. Like, let's implement QuickBooks. Let's catch up with all of these transactions so I can file my taxes and get accurate numbers. And I pay for those type of services that are going to help them, you know, get their numbers in order.
Yeah. So in most cases, you can use the money for like training, for workshops, for things like what you just said. But remember, it's 13 different districts. Each one of them have their own set of guidelines. I can't speak for the districts that we're not going to do this year. But however, whatever we can help, even the districts that we're not going to do this year, help them with, we're available to help them with. So we don't turn down, helping anybody, any district just because we don't provide service for their clients in their district. Remember, we're the originators of the program, and we just want to safeguard the program to make sure the program is running smooth. So, but the best thing to do is look at the guidelines, because I might say yeah, but then for some district, it might be no. So get your guidelines, but it is in some districts that the services that you offer can be paid for with this funding. In some of the districts, if not all, okay? I can assure you that. I know that, okay? All right?
Thank you, Yasnay, for that question. Yeah, go ahead, Mr.
One of the things is important, Danny. Although we oversee most of the districts, almost all of them, we do not select to get funding. We do not, the commissioner's office that we do not select who get funding. It's a selection committee per district that will review your application and make their recommendations of who they want to see get funded. So I just want you to know that. And we do not help you fill out the application because we administer it. So we can't help you. It won't be fair if we help you with the application. So don't come to our office asking us to help you. Okay, because my staff knows that they can help you with it. We'll have a Zoom meeting where any questions you have, I'll answer it to the best of my ability. And I don't think nobody can answer questions better than me because the program came from my head, right? But I've had some days where I heard some questions that nobody never asked me before that I had to say myself, nobody never asked me that. I never thought about that, right? And like, I look forward to those things because that helped us make the program better the next year, right? So, but, and one other thing, don't ask us to make your copies for you. We won't do that. Because if you come, we make copies, we leave something out, then you'll say, well, your office made the copies, that's why it's not in there. Okay, so when you get your package together, you make a copy of everything, and then you turn in the original package with the copies of the things that we're asking for in the original package. And you keep a copy of yours, of everything yourself. Don't ask us to do it because we don't want to be responsible for something not in there and we be blamed for it. So each one of my offices, and I got someone on the line right now from Miss Victoria from the main office, Miss William from the Accelerate Southgate office. Okay, I got I think Miss Cheeks from the Overtown offices on the line, Miss Tier from the Arsenio Bullard, J. Bullard Plaza, the Richmond High Center on the line. So each one of them know that, and it might be Miss Lee from the Goulds office on the line as well. So it might be someone from all our staff on the Zoom, and they know that they can't help you with the application because we're gonna be the one who would come to make sure the selection committee has everything that you submitted. So it won't be fair for us to help you. That's one. And two, it won't be fair, and it won't be good for us to be making copies for you because if something missing, we don't want to be responsible for it. Make your copies and everything before you drop it off to our office or the district office or the commissioner's office who would ask that the application asks you to drop it off to, okay?
Yes, Mr. Leroy, we're over time, but I want to ask you one other thing that we didn't cover, I don't think. And that is, what can folks use the money for? What are the things that are generally speaking, because we know that the rules change from district to district, but generally speaking, what are these funds intended for?
So I think without a doubt, all the offices will let you use, all the districts will let you use software for you. Without a doubt, equipment is one of the high priorities. If not all, most inventory for your company. Okay. Insurance, like liability insurance for your company. You can use it for liability insurance. For supplies, for marketing, advertising, for little small renovations on your company, on your commercial property, not your home, but your commercial property. Little things, little renovation things, but they have to be approved because you have to be careful because some of those things can probably get you in a zoning problem. You got some issue and then you open up a can of worms and then the zoning people come in and close your company down, unsafe structure because you started something and it's gonna cost a lot more to finish what you started and you don't have the money, then you're in trouble. So little things like painting your company, putting tile on the floor, little cosmetic stuff that not getting into the whole compliance or violation stuff you can use. A cargo truck or a pickup van, as long as it's in your company name, you can repair it. You can do repairs. You can buy tires. You can do work on it. You can paint it. You can wrap it, but it have to be in the company name. Okay, you can put down the down payment on a cargo van or pickup truck. Not no personal vehicle in your personal name, but in the business name. That's cargo truck or pickup van. Not no personal car. We're not letting you take his money and buy you a car, a personal car for your personal well-being. Okay, so things like that.
Okay, fantastic. That answered the question definitively. Thank you. And before I let you go, I want to ask you one last thing.
And even the training. I'm sorry, in training.
Yeah,
like,
and training.
Yeah, like the training, and CPA stuff.
Professional services, right? Like CPAs and training.
Right.
Yeah. And that's what Yasnay specializes in, helping folks get their finances and QuickBooks set up the easy way without the hassles. So that's fantastic. So that being said, I wanted to ask you, Mr. Leroy, one thing about you is that you're a successful businessman. Okay. What advice can you give to the folks on the call to make 2022 really a great standout year for them in their business? What advice would you share with them?
So
I love those
My
questions that
best,
you have to think about, right?
yeah, my best, the best advice, and I'm saying me, Leroy Jones, the man, right? This is what I think. Well, this what I know that has been successful for me, right? And I'm human just like everybody else. I make mistakes just like everybody else, right? So, and we learn as we go. But I try my very best to learn from other people's mistakes and not mine, because some mistakes you can't recover from, right? So I know people got this thing where they're saying, you know what, you make mistakes, you learn from it, you get up and go, but listen, you go on, you participate in these meetings, you go on these Zooms, you look at everything with an open mind and an open heart. You don't close or shut down from nothing, because everything you can learn from either is something to do or not to do, right? So everything is, and everybody, like when two people come in contact, both parties must benefit. So if you're walking down the street, somebody walking down the street by you and nobody speak, guess what? Nobody benefit. But you pass that person, and because that person didn't speak, you spoke. And because you spoke, that person spoke to you, guess what? Both parties benefited, right? So in your daily life, whenever you come involved with people, both parties must benefit, right? So plan your day every night. And when you plan your day and you start putting into action that next morning when you wake up, you cross them out. And as you continue to go, you write down more things that come to your head, because once you organize your brain to write down things that you know you need to do, they're going to keep you focused. They're going to keep you on task. It's going to keep you ahead of the game. And as you cross them off, you know you finished. You don't have to think about them no more. Don't waste all that positive energy on old dead stuff. Cross them out, write the new thing that comes to your mind. As you'll see, you'll never cross out everything, because mind is now going to be producing things that you need to remember that you need to do. So you'll never get to the end. And it'll keep you focused and it'll keep you on task. You know, so if it's anything more, if it's any, that's probably the most positive thing to me right now that I can tell you, is to plan your day, scratch it off as you go, and add to it as you're going, and it'll keep you on task, and it'll keep you focused, you know, and it'll keep your mind going. So 2022, that's what I'm challenging each and every one of you to do, right? Because, you know, think about it, like these last 25 years, like I knew nothing about government. I knew nothing about organization. I knew nothing about nonprofit, right? I didn't know anything about it. But because I wanted to change my life, and because I was a street dude, and I figured that if I was a street dude, I can change that street mentality into something positive, because it was all about a business. And I was right. I just took the negative and turned it into positive, you know, and applied the same methods to it. And now, like, look where I'm at. Like, I'm somebody. Like, look, just last Martin Luther King Monday, when that was, this last week, Martin Luther King birthday, I got acknowledged with the Senior J. Bullard, Harry P. Meeks, Desmond Tutu. Like, bruh, that means I have arrived. I'm being mentioned. I was mentioned in the mayor of Miami-Dade County. The mayor of Miami-Dade County. All of us on this at the Martin Luther King celebration with Mr. Ed Hanna down south, and I'm in the book with the mayor of Miami-Dade County, Danielle Levine Carver. Desmond Tutu, Larcenia J. Bullard, Harry P. Meeks, the director of the police department, director of the fire department. Can you figure this little young kid that grew up in the projects that then graduated from high school, went back to high school about 12 years ago, being mentioned in the same breath of those people? Like, just to be mentioned, just to be in a book with them and mentioned in the same breath, bruh, I'm not bragging, right? But bruh, that's a major accomplishment to me. Like, I'm honored for that. I'm the first female mayor of Miami-Dade County. I'm being recognized with her for my work in the community. Desmond Tutu, the man who won the Nobel Peace Prize, like, bruh. Carrie P. Meeks, the first Black congressperson in the state of Florida, female in the state of Florida, like, bruh. I've seen her J. Bullet, the household name in Richmond Heights. Bruh, I can go to sleep now. I can go to sleep and know that no matter what nobody say or do can change that now. It's in the record books, it's in the history, it's in the whirlwind. Nobody can take that back. So I can lay down and go to sleep and know that, like, I did something in this world that the people who know me, and I'm gonna close with this. If the president of the United States would call me to the White House and honor me for my work, it would not mean as much to me as when people in your community see how hard you work, recognize your work. There's no award you can get higher than that. Don't be fooled, because the people who see you do work your butt off every day, they see your sincerity. The president will only be reading what somebody said to them. But the people who watch you work, and I'm not talking about me, I'm talking about every last one of us that's on this Zoom. People that know our work, that value our work. Even if you're just a business owner and that one person stay around the corner from your business, only come to your business and it's 5 of them on the same block that sell the same thing. They do that because they value you and they value what you bring to the table. For whatever reason, they like it. You can never get honored or pay homage or tribute no bigger than the people, no matter how small they are or how they look in your community, that recognize you for your work. Nobody could honor you bigger than that. That's the biggest award you can ever receive. I promise you, because they see your struggle every day and they let you know that they see you and they appreciate it. Don't never forget that. Don't never play that down. It's no award that can top that. None. And I'm talking about all of us, not me, every last one of us. Thank
Leroy.
you. And thank you for your service, all of you.
Thank you, Mr. Leroy. I mean, that was powerful. You gave us a lot to think about and also to act upon. There was a lot you just dropped on us, a lot of wisdom. Thank you. And I know it comes from the heart, and that's what I appreciate the most about you and everything you do. And I mean, we're all lucky that you're doing what you're doing in our community, because you're making it a brighter place for everybody. So I thank you from the heart for what you do. And, you know, it's great that we have a mayor that has the same heart. I have the same heart. Everybody in this huddle has the same heart. And if we go out there and do it, our community will thrive. So I want to thank everybody for today's session. Hopefully it was useful and powerful to you. And
can you see this, Danny?
Yes, sir.
Y'all can see this?
What is that? No, your green screen's hiding it. There it is. Bring it closer to the camera. There it is, Martin Luther King. Yes, sir.
Y'all see it?
It's kind of hard to see. We see Martin Luther King.
Man, I don't know how to do it, but this is the book I was honored in with all those.
Oh, wow.
All those dynamic people, bro.
Wow.
I would cherish this for the rest of my life. Like,
yeah. Wow.
Y'all can see it better. I don't know nothing about computers. I'm just good at what I'm good at.
Congratulations. And you didn't let nobody tell you couldn't do it, and you figured it out through that hard work.
Yes.
Good morning, Leroy.
Good morning.
I just want to say congratulations to you. Take my hats off to you. You're the best. You put my business first, and this is from Flowers Consulting. You sure put my business first, and I was able to stand on your shoulder the first year I applied.
Mm.
Thank you so much. You're the
Thank you,
best.
ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. It's been great. We're way out of time, and I just want to say thank you for joining us. Come back next Friday, and we'll have another great leader that has amazing things to share with you that you can use in your small business to make 2022 a great year. Save the chat box. Tons of great contact information there and resources. Don't let that go without you downloading it. And I'll see you next Friday. Thank you so much for being part of the huddle. Give yourselves a big round of applause.
Bye, everyone. Great session. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. This has been